So if you're thinking about putting your home on the market and maybe you're thinking about coming down and moving to our desert, the Palm Springs area, the Coachella Valley, any number of our 9 desert cities here. If you're thinking about putting your home on the market anywhere in the country, whether it's here or Ohio or wherever, I would say this advice is universal. So let's say you're going to put your home on the market Labor Day weekend. In fact, that's what I'm planning on doing. So I'm going to start, and I probably should have started already, but I'm starting now. I actually spent the last couple of days, I went through probably half a dozen boxes because if you're anything like me, you have a bunch of boxes in your garage. I have boxes in my spare bedroom. I mean, just it's ridiculous, but there's no reason I should have as much stuff as I do. But I have less stuff than other people. So let's just take a look at this. The amount of things that we have, we always downplay what we have. And I've met a lot of sellers and they think they're ready and they're not. And they're either going to be scrambling to get the house on the market, which is very stressful, or it's just not going to be as well prepared as it could be. And that's going to lose you some money. So how are we going to thread that needle? Because it's now, again, you may not be watching this today. It's July 3rd, 2026. And so, as of tomorrow, the big 250th celebration. But so I'm starting 4th of July, basically, or just a little bit before to get ready for Labor Day. And you would be surprised. I actually feel like knowing what I know about home sales and because and if you haven't met me before, my name is Lisa Angel. I'm with LPT Realty. I have been a realtor, a licensed real estate agent for about 28 years. I actually was trying to do the math the other day and I was like 28-ish. It's running together. But anyway, so I've seen a lot of people try to get their home ready to sell. So I'm taking that knowledge for myself and I want to give it to you here as well. So the whole idea is that we need to get your stuff. You're going to be pre-packing because even if you left all that stuff in the garage, okay, let's just say that that's what you did. And it's fine. I mean, honestly, people who worry about having too much stuff in the garage, I'm not worried about that. I'm never worried about that. I suppose if your garage is particularly interesting because you've got the epoxy floors and you've got some really cool paint because you are really into cars and you've got, there's some reasons where maybe, yes, you would want to have the garage looking nicer. But for the most part, people kind of expect that that's where everything's going to go. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. The inside is, and the outside, other than the garage is the least important thing unless you have a particularly cool garage. So you could do that. But then when somebody comes to you with an offer, and sometimes somebody comes to you with an offer and they would really like you out sooner. Again, we're just talking about stress. So let's manage stress right now more than anything else. So you're going to start by going through, I would say, at least a portion. I don't know how many boxes you have. I have tons of them. So I went through, like I said, about 6 over the last few days. And I mean, it's just a drop in the bucket. And what I want to start doing is I want to start getting things donated, thrown away. And that's the other thing too. If you start doing this now, you can fill up the trash can and, have time to take stuff down and do the donation and have time to fill up that recycle bin. So that's what we're doing. We're filling all of this stuff up. We are looking around the house. We are planning on what are we going to do? Are we going to, what touch-up paint are we going to do? What staging items? I've actually bought staging items just for the house sale. And, things that I probably would have enjoyed having up until now. But in fact, we had these 2 niches on either side of the fireplace, these 2 sort of inlets, and hadn't really done much with them so far, but we just got these 2 pretty cool little cabinets on Amazon, sort of half cabinets. So they fit underneath these photos, these big pictures, these prints that we have. And it looks so cool. And we're like, we've been here for 6 years. We could have done this the whole time. And it looks so much better. But anyway, it's be that as it may. Those are the kind of things that you want to start doing now. And especially if you're going to, have a few months where you're still doing this, you might as well enjoy it too. we had another cabinet that was basically built around a large wine fridge, and that wine fridge went out. So we had to get that wine fridge. We had to have that, disposed of. And so it was just left this big hole in this cabinet. So we bought a new wine fridge to replace the old one, which we're not going to take with us. It's for the house. But at least, we'll have it to enjoy for a little while so we don't have to put the wine bottles in the garage fridge. So these are the kind of things that I think you should be thinking about now. I have, and I'm going to put it in the description below, I have a, what to do with your, how to get the most out of your house when you're getting it listed, how to get it fixed up and looking really great for the sale. So that's going to be in the description below. So if you want that, you don't have to sign up for anything. You just click on the link and boom, it'll open up for you. And so that's, if it's something that you're working on doing and you want my little complete guide of how to get your home ready for sale, just click on that down there. And also, if you find this helpful at all, and, obviously we all have to ask for this because sometimes people just enjoy the video and they keep watching and they move on, which is awesome. Love the views, but like and or subscribe. It really does. This is something that I am trying to do, is to build my channel so that I can bring people helpful tips, just, for free. Again, nothing, you don't have to give me your email or anything like that. I'll be providing, I have provided links to, little guides and things like that that might be able to help you. After my 28 years in real estate, I've got a few tips and tricks up my sleeve. So anyway, like I said, start now. If you think you're going to be putting your house on the market anytime, even, especially if it's 1 month away, but if it's 2 months away, even if it's 4 months away, I kind of wish I would have started a couple of months ago, because now we're at this sort of, I think we're at the 10 or 9 week mark. I've got a little countdown going on my calendar, and it's getting there. It's getting there fast. We might even be at 8 weeks. Coming up soon. Might be between 9 and 8 right now. So, because my plan is to have it on the Thursday prior to Labor Day. And it's the same thing that I would advise for anybody else who was thinking about putting their home on the market around that time. I think it's a good weekend to do it. It's a good weekend to have some open houses. In theory, sometimes holiday weekends can go either way. Sometimes they're surprising. Like, we had an open house here in Palm Springs, and bear with the big truck noise. Hopefully that's not too loud. But we had a big open house at a Palm Springs property that I have listed on Father's Day weekend. And we did it on Saturday. I didn't think that we would get that many people through because it is Palm Springs and it's June and it's hot. It wasn't as hot as it can get in June. We had a fairly mild June, but it was pretty warm. But we still went ahead and did it, and had a great response, surprisingly good response. I think we had 8 or 9 groups through, so that was really good. But, again, it can go either way, but it's worth a try if you don't already have plans with what you're going to be doing on that weekend. So something to keep in mind. Again, if you want my list of all the different things you can do to get your house ready for sale so you can get the most amount of money, and let's face it, this is not the market where you just throw your house on the market in any condition and someone's going to buy it. It's really not. You need to be better than your competition. You have more competition now than you have in a long time. You actually had slightly more statistically last year than you do this year, so that's a good sign. But you still have a lot of buyers sitting on the fence because those rates are just sticking. So if you want to be the house that sells quickly, the house that you don't have to sit around and have a million showings, because let's face it, it's a pain. It's a pain to show your house. I mean, seriously, you know what we're going to do? We're actually, because we have 2 pets, we're going to go and get an Airbnb for probably a week or 2 while we have the house on the market, at least for the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks are the most, because that's when the pent-up demand of anybody who's been looking for a home like yours. They've been looking and looking and looking. I'm on Zillow. They've been looking and looking and looking. And then they go, here's one in my price point, in the kind of house that I want, or whatever. Your house matches their description that they're looking for. And, and if it's priced well, they're going to be like, we should go take a look at that. That pent-up demand is why we talk about having that property listed on price right at the beginning, because if you lose those people right at the beginning, those people are the most likely to give you the most money because they've been looking at homes this whole time. They know maybe even better than their real estate agent what the price on some of these homes should be because they've seen so many of them, and that's all they're focused on. They're not focused on a bunch of other homes. They're just focused on this kind of home for them. And they start getting to know the market really, really well. So if you come on the market and you're overpriced, they'll be like, it's a nice house, but geez, we saw 3 other ones that, priced lower than this, and yeah, never mind. They'll be around for a while. Right? You don't want that reaction. So I would just recommend, and I would recommend, honestly coming a little bit under market. I'm going to my husband's chagrin, that's still a word we all use, we're going to be a little bit lower than market because I always joke that he's my worst client because he's always like, let's sell it for $1 million. And no, I think we're going to be in the 5s. So anyway, but yeah, so that's what I would recommend. Start now, get going now. You will thank your future self will thank your current self so much for doing that. And thank you for spending a little time with me. If you ever have any questions too, I also have a link below where you can schedule a time to just get on a call or a Zoom with me. And I'm always happy to just answer questions. I'm not a hard sale person. I'm just here to help people out with whatever they need. So hope this has helped. And I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July weekend if you're watching this right when it comes out. And thanks. Spend some more time with me later. I'll have another video talking about selling houses coming up next for you.